Alright, welcome everybody. JKeSport Season 2, Tier 2 from China today for the Chinese Grand Prix. Very difficult track here in Shanghai, very technical. These 15 drivers today looking to be putting on a good show. Just about set for qualifying to begin around this. So I got a few drivers going out to start their outbacks. I believe we've got a Williams. Monkey Mafia going to be the first one out. I believe he's currently the points leading. On to the driver standings. Monkey Mafia leads P1, 95 points. JGS, last week's winner from USA, is in second place. Caddis Knox, third place in the AlphaTauri, not here tonight. Johnny 5 sits fourth in the standings. Safkov is fifth. Chris Money P6 in the standings. Graylo P7. Kraz J is P8. C Freeman P9. Feeman in 10th. K-Dog K 11th. Asognin is in 12th, followed by his teammate Spaceman in 13th. JC Blackley sits 14th in the standings with AG Scatty in 15th. Rusty Oilcan 16th. Best Pond 17th. It looks like we have some rain. This is going to make things very interesting, as everybody's going to want to get out very early and set their initial laps. Lap times are only going to get slower as the session goes on. So most drivers out on the softs, although we do have AP and Chris Money on the mediums to start this opening run. Let's ride on board with Mafia for this opening lap to see what he can do for his opening banker. You can already see lack of grip just from these initial raindrops. A little bit tentative through there. Very tricky time to get right. Low traction on the exit here. You can see sliding around quite a bit in this rain. Gets the power down there, heads down toward turn 4. Seems to be pretty decent to check through. Got all kinds of yellow flags. We've got a Racing Point on top of turn 5 and the Flan and Alpha, I believe. Rusty Oil Can has put it in the wall, as well as Chris Money has spun around. Chaos here in the wet as Monkey Mafia rounds the golf club turn, as it's sometimes called. Down the long back straight, was the longest in F1 prior to the Vietnam circuit. When it comes to Monkey Mafia around the final couple of corners, DRS has been disabled, so that's going to be key for. Oh, he goes a bit wide and he's in the wall. He's out of the session. Very unfortunate. Not even going to get to set a lap time for our points leader. The best pond is going to be next to Cross. Let's see what he can come up with. Puts up a 44.6. So that's what everybody's going to be chasing here. Kraz J goes up P1 with a 42.9. See Barry and the Renault coming to the final turn. Now goes very wide. Still keeps it clean though, puts in a 45.7, so a decent lap time for him. And then Spaceman across the line with a 54.7. Next up is one of the Haas's that we've got AP across the line. He's just going to start to fly on the medium tires. Bit of a logjam here through the final couple corners. Here comes Graphic Turtle to finish off his lap. And it looks like he's about to head into the pits. Teammate Johnny 5 just behind, following into the pits as well as K-Dog and Chris Money. that'll put Kaz as the next driver across the line. Scatty going on to the Inter, so there's top 4. Ooh, yeah, definitely time for the wet tires. You can see those softs just have 0 grip. Yep, you just not able to control it one bit. Pons and Barry have already said in their times. I think we're gonna see those top 3 remain the same here throughout this entire session due to the changing conditions, which is gonna make for an interesting start to the race. Because all the other drivers should be able to start on the medium tires. Keza is put on full wet, so it's gonna be interesting to see if that pans out. I don't think it's quite wet enough for those yet, but it's definitely too wet for the dry tires. Who's that Ferrari put there? Is that Kaz still spinning around? A few more drivers now coming out on the Inter, so looks like that's going to be the way to go for the remainder of the session. Looks like we have the alpha of Rusty Oil Can. Let's see if I can adjust my audio mix real quick. Alright, hopefully that should be a little bit better. Let me know if that sounds any better. Here we'll follow Rusty Oil Can in towards Sector 3. Inters definitely have a lot more grip, but we'll have to see how those compare to those softs that everybody was on at the start of the session. Looks like Scatty about to start a lap as well on the Inters. Still running even a little bit wide, so very difficult conditions for these drivers. Purple Sector 1 here from Scatty runs a little bit wide into turn 4. Seems to be okay for now. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Just looks to be drivers getting out of the way. We continue to follow Scatty a little bit close on the apex there of turn 8. I believe that was turn 9. Let's check out his sector split. Purple Sector 2 again. So perhaps the Inters will eventually win out towards the end of the session. Oh, there's a Mercedes around, and that is Graphic Turtle, who's gone off after the exit of turn 10. Very challenging here in the wet. And he's been disqualified. That's very unfortunate. Game must have caught him in an awkward location there. Very easy to do so. Here comes Scatty around the final couple of corners. Should be the first driver to set a time on the Inters here halfway through the qualifying session. Around the final corner. And he puts in a 47.2, so about what I expected. A little bit off the soft runners' times. His best Pons comes around to start a lap. The thing about the drivers starting or qualifying on the Inters as opposed to those first few is they will have free choice of tire at the start, as the next driver to cross will be K-Dog coming out of the final hairpin. Through the final turn now, and she puts in a 47.5 to go to P5 on the grid. AP comes across the start of the lap as well. Oh, Keza's gone around at the exit of the final corner. That's a very awkward spot. Just able to get out of the way. I believe that is Kraz who was finishing up his lap. Rusty Old Can's invalidated. So next up will be the Racing Point of Spaceman. He's on his outlap, as well as Kaz on outlaps. Let's go back to AP here, going through turn 4, starting his flyer. Seems like we are going to have a dry race for tonight, so that should make it fairly easy medium-hard strategy for most of these drivers on these inters, and maybe even an adventurous medium-soft, but that is one advantage that the guys who didn't get a lap out on the initial stint of qualifying will have over the rest of the grid. Very tentative through this section. It's very easy to lose the back end. You can see the car is just sliding through the corner. It's going to get a little bit of a slipstream here, actually. We'll have to see how that affects his lap. Looks to be pretty decent from his sector split. Through the final corner now. Puts in a 45.1, so a solid time on the inters. It's definitely possible to upset the top few. Here comes Johnny to finish around his lap. Still yet to set a time, so we'll have to see where he can place himself. P7 with a 1:47.5. Got Chris Money in the McLaren about to start his flyer. A little squirrely on the exit of the final corner. You can see there's a slight bit of a dry line coming through. Spaceman coming across the finish line, improves by 8 seconds up to a 46.9, jumping himself up to P7. In the alpha of Rusty Oil Can, he is invalidated. I believe Scatty's invalidated. The best Pawns is going to be the next one to cross the line. It seems like he might be on an in-lap. Still quite a few drivers still yet to set a time. It is fairly easy to invalidate here, especially in the wet. Still 5 minutes left in this session, so still lots of time for anything to happen. Oh, and he's lost at the same place his teammate did. Manages to keep it off the wall. And he might, if he does it right, he might be able to go back and start his lap. Although this will cost him quite a bit of time down this straight if he decides to continue with the lap. As we've got Johnny 5 finishing up another lap. That is the thing with the wet weather conditions. You can run more than one hot lap on a single set of tires if you put enough fuel in the car. See what he can improve, and he improves to a 46.4 up to P5 on the grid. Chris Money coming around to finish his first valid lap. Looks to have a pretty decent time. See where he can slot in. And he goes up to P6, another 46.4. Rusty Oaken a little bit wide. Looks like he's just going to get out of the way. That's Spaceman coming across to finish his lap, followed by one of the Ferraris. Spaceman heads into the pits. That'll be Kaz, currently sitting in P8. And he does not improve. Still staying at that 46.5, very tight throughout the midfield here. I believe Kraz, Best Pond, and Seaberry all set their fastest laps on those soft tires. So that's something to keep in mind as we approach the end of this session. I don't think anybody's currently on a flyer right now, but Keza will be the next to cross the line for his outlap. Everybody getting set, trying to put in that one last chance to move themselves up the grid. Zed sets in a 2.02, putting him in 11th place. Still ahead of those drivers who are still yet to set a time. Which at this point, even a valid time can move you up a few places. With Monkey Mafia DNF'd and Graphic Turtle disqualified from this session. Keza with a purple Sector 1. Very tricky corner here. Oh, and he's lost the back end. That was a very tricky spot. K-Dog coming across in her Red Bull. So the Renault that's about to start a lap as well, trying to see if he can nab that pole position or if even protect his spot on the front row of the grid. Not sure if anybody will be able to set top that 42.9 that was set on the soft tires. With just 1 minute left in the session. Down an awfully long back straight, hard braking zone, turn 14. Very difficult corner to get right. Then not a lot of traction on that exit. Here comes K-Dog through the final corner. Set improves to a 47.3 as I believe Chris Money jumps. No, that ZGS puts in a 46.1, putting him in P7. Keza across the line puts in a 2.05.2. He did have that spin. Seaberry to start a lap. Best Pawns is on a lap. Chris Money starting a lap. Everybody getting in their last laps as Rusty Oil Can become the final driver to cross the line. We'll track along with Best Pawns here. He's still got half a second clear to AP in third place. He's 2 seconds off of his best time. Must have made a mistake somewhere. Or actually, he did say he was one of those drivers to get out on the soft tires, so I'm not sure if anybody will be able to top Kraz's time of a 42.9. Oh, is that Rusty Oil Can who's gone around? Yes, it is. So that's unfortunate for him. Don't think he'll be able to improve from his spot 14th or on the grid. This is the final corner. He's not going to be able to grab pole here. Does not improve either. Here comes AP across the line. He will take P2 or P2 on the grid just by a hair, but he does it. ZGS to the final corner now. Oh, he's lost the back end, and that's going to ruin his lap. Still manages. Oh, he's only 2/10 down. K-Dog across the line doesn't improve. Here comes Keza now. Jumps to P2 with a 43.7. The Spaceman across the line up to P9 with a 46.4. As that rubber gets down, drivers are finding those extra tenths. Chris Money's invalidated. Rusty Wilkins had that spin. I believe that's going to do it for qualifying here from the Shanghai circuit. Yes, Rusty Wilkins way up on his time. He'll just duck into the pit lane. So Kraz J on pole, setting on those soft tires, which means he will have the strategy disadvantage to start the race, along with Best Pawns and I believe Seaberry. Keza, AP, and Johnny, Chris Money all set their times on those intermediate tires, so they will have free choice for the start of this race. Still quite a few ways that the strategy could go. You could do reverse hard medium, you could still go try for soft hard, bank on another safety car because these hards can travel quite a long distance. Everybody making their final preparations. We're getting set for a solid Chinese Grand Prix here tonight. We'll run through the final starting order one more time. Kraz J is in P1 for Ferrari. Keza will start second, AP starts third, Best Pawns fourth, Johnny fifth, Chris Money sixth, Seaberry seventh, ZGS eighth, Spaceman ninth, Scatty will start 10th, Kaz 11th, K-Dog 12th, Monkey 13th, Rusty Oaken will start 14th, and Graphic Turtle will start 15th. 3 drivers will be starting on the soft tires, on those worn soft tires, which will be Seaberry, Best Pawns, and Kraz J. The rest of the field will have free choice. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alright, we're back on the grid here for the formation lap here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Kraz J will lead the field away. We'll take a look at the starting tires for everybody today. Looks like most drivers electing for those medium tires. I believe Kaz electing to go on the softs after qualifying on the inters. Everybody else set their best laps Keza will elect to go on the softs, following into qualifying on the inters. Everybody else electing for either the mediums or the hards, with ZGS in 8th and Spaceman in 9th. Starting on that reverse hard strategy, can either go to medium or soft towards the end of this race. Looks like nice and sunny, so no weather to work on today. Run through the starting grid one more time. Crash J is on pole alongside Keza in P2. AP in his JKeSport debut will start in 3rd, followed by Best Pawns on P4. Johnny 5 will line up in P5 alongside Chris Money in 6th place. Seaberry will start 7th ahead of ZGS in 8th. Spaceman leads off row 4 alongside AG Scatty in the Haas. Kaz starts off row 6 in Red Bull. After DNF and qualifying, Monkey Mafia will start 13th alongside Rusty Oil Can in 14th. Graphic Turtle rounds out the field in P15. Should be set for an exciting Grand Prix here today. Shanghai known for a few difficult spots around here, but there are chances to overtake, and there are quite a few good ones, including that long back straight into the tight hairpin of turn 14. Should be a fun one here tonight, and we're about set to get going. Rest of the grid pulling up to the back now, and we're all set to go. Lights are on, 2 lights, 3, 4, 5 lights on here from China. And we're off for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. Keza gets a dreadful start. Best Pawns is going to be up on his inside. No, he's not. AV looking to go around the outside. He's forced to back out of it. The Renault's making up ground on the inside. Best Pawns and Seaberry very tight through the first couple of corners. Looks like Crash J is going to be able to hold on to the lead. Best Pawns is looking to get past AP for 3rd, and it looks like he will. The rest of the field seeming pretty clean as they come through the first opening contact. That's Rusty Oakham a little bit wide and makes contact with Spaceman through the first couple of corners. Other than that, fairly clean, as Keza has overtaken Crash J for the lead. Crash J must have made a mistake there, but Keza now leads the race in his racing point, followed by Crash J, and Best Pawns up 1 position. Graphic Turtle up 3 places to P12, Spaceman down to 5 to P14. Seaberry runs a little bit wide. Best Pawns is looking to hang on to the back of these top 2 as they head down as we begin to head down. Oh, Keza runs very wide. Crash J is going to get to the inside. Running side by side through the golf club section. And looks like he's going to take the lead. And Best Pawns is going to get by Keza as well. So Keza really struggling through the first opening lap here. We've got a crash, and Graphic Turtle and Rusty Oakham are off. And we have a virtual safety car here on lap 1. Not sure what happened there, but coming out of that golf club section, must have been a collision between those 2 drivers, and now we have a VSC. Is anybody going to take this opportunity to dive into the pits? Does not look like it. Quite the logjam here. Not sure what that's all about. Looks like we've got Jenny here joining me in the commentary box for today's race.
Yeah, just go back.
We're on the it was pretty solid. We had dry start and then rain to end, so
okay.
Interesting to get that out of the way. Back underway.
Looks like cries and despawns of
Yeah, there was some sort of stack up under the VSC. Not sure exactly what happened there, but Seaberry was in P3 and everybody got held up a bit behind him. Keza riding along, dropping from 2nd on the grid down to 5th. He's right on the back of AP, coming to the end of sector 2. Might have an opportunity for a move.
dragged Scassi all the way down to 10th. Just K-Dog just below the second, possibly through back in the straight.
That DRS train's going to make things very difficult back there. Kez is not quite close enough. Not quite close enough to make a move on AP. We will have DRS enabled this lap. Best punt sitting just about 1 second. Ooh, Keza gets a little bit swirly off that exit. Johnny's on the back of Scatty. Not sure if he's going to be close enough to make a move. It's a little bit too far back. That DRS train will get you every single time.
So the longer this goes on, that's when it comes away from me, it's just going to come into shape.
Keza on the soft tire early is not. So that would have been a very ambitious move through there. Still trying to fight back. Very difficult section to overtake, but he might have a chance here. Seabury's run wide as well. Keza is forced to cut the corner. AP might have a run on Seabury, but he's not going to be close enough into turn 11.
Barry's going to be very vulnerable. It depends on when he gets out of this section.
It doesn't take long here for those soft tires to wear out. AP's in a good position here.
The gap of 5.6 at the start of this lap has gone to 7.3, so best Cogent pros are just pulling away.
There's AP. He's going to go to the inside in towards the hairpin. He's always going to take it very cautious, but I think he's going to get that move done.
Barry leaves a lot of space there front.
I like that clean race. And Barry's going to be fighting that back along the inside of the final corner, still side by side coming up.
Yeah.
See Barry?
Barry was hampered then with that corner.
He's got that DRS and he's able to hang on to that third place. Fights it back down the straight.
Johnny, also on the mediums with Scatty. Starting to close in. It's on Johnny to try and get past that and pull away. He needs some points. We've got Monkey on the back of Kaz there. K-Dog on the back of Monkey. Spaceman. In 12th on the hard tyres, doing his own strategy. We'll see where he ends up. And I think we have Chris Money back to been involved in that VSC.
Yeah, there was an accident on the exit of turn 13 between Graphic Turtle and Rusty Oil Can that brought out the VSC, and Chris Money was forced to pit. I believe he must have had wing damage or something.
So I hope on the first safety car to bring him back into the race. Pretty much.
Oh, Kez is on the inside of AP and he's going to get that move done before even getting to the DRS zone. And he's going to look to chase down Seabury for P3 now.
He's on the mediums, he doesn't need to use it yet. Oh, he's left the session.
I've just got booted from the session here.
Okay.
Get back in as quickly as possible.
Closing in, like Scatty still, 4 tenths. And Ziggs 23 on the hard tyres in 8th place, he's looking decent as well. He came out those last. Kaz has still got Monkey behind him, K-Dog's fallen just outside the DRS zone. Spaceman still keeping those hards in check. But Chris is closing. It was 22 seconds, it's now 18.2.
Alright, we're back in the lobby here.
Barry coming into the hairpin.
Oh, very, very big swerve there. Not quite going to be close enough to get that move completed, though. Looks like he's going to be heading into the pits. A bit early for that, but I guess.
He's definitely committed to two stuff unless he's going to jump on the hards. 23 laps.
I believe it should be doable for the hards. Johnny is right on the back of Scatty here, coming through the open snail section. Not sure if there's an opening for him to get through for a while though, unless he sends it down the inside, decides not to. Kaz has made a mistake, and Monkey has made his way through in the P8. So maybe those soft tires.
The soft tires are starting to go. Barry is closing, he's caught up a second.
He's got 8
seconds on best ones.
It's got AP right on his back.
Those mediums are going to be very good for him at this game.
You see it just there, Seabury having to lift ever so slightly.
Right on the back, it's a done deal, even before DRS.
AP the leading runner.
Barry's got hardly no DRS. His engine's going to just derate.
Oh, he's going to send it. Oh, a little bit of contact. They seem to be okay. AP's one out.
I think Barry should have really done that. I think his move over.
It's a bit ambitious.
Anyway.
We've got the top two in.
Yep, so AP7's going to take the lead. Praz goes on to the hards. Pons is still yet to box.
We've got a Ferrari.
To the hards.
Ferrari double stack as well.
It shouldn't be too bad actually.
Ooh, Johnny looking to the inside of Scatty, and he's gone around in turn 2. Oh, he's made contact with the wall.
And he's grounded against it.
That was a very tough position to make an overtake.
Praz gets past Johnny. So Barry, best Pons. Keza did jump, Barry. Barry's 5 seconds behind Keza. Keza's right behind Spaceman.
Both on those hard tires, although Keza's are those 6 laps fresher. Ooh!
And
Contact!
Keza goes straight into the back of Spaceman.
Not sure if he damaged his wing at all. I can't really see.
Spaceman was trying to let him by, and Keza obviously didn't know and just went into the back of him.
It looks like he's lost that right front end plate on those hard tires as well. That's going to make things tricky. Maybe ride it out for a few laps and then go into the mediums.
Maybe, but it could be. Just less than 1 plate is going to be fine. It's going to be at least
ZGS is right on the back of Scatty, coming down the pit straight now. Might try to send out the inside. Scatty runs a little bit deep. Just not going to space it ever so slightly, making contact. Scatty holds on to that position as well. Johnny's into the pits already.
Yeah, he went into the barrier, didn't he?
That's right, yeah. Yep, not sure if it's going to be okay. It all runs a little bit wide. This is going to be a tough section to go side by side through. Kraz holds it around the outside on them for those fresh hard tires. Up into P5. Net P1 here in this race, so he's looking like in a pretty good position, especially with Best Pons now over 9 seconds behind.
ZGS ahead of the Williams with Monkey behind him trying to catch this Haas, and his teammate is 7.7 ahead. So as long as AP7 keeps building that time, they'll be able to get on the same lap.
Monkey's got a massive run here. Don't think he's going to be quite close enough. It's going to be all out of battery. Yeah, just not quite enough of a straight there.
98. AP7, 8-second lead. We've got Axgay's team in second place. Got the team members 3 and 4. Kraz, after his pit stop, was in 5th place. KDK 6th. Oscar 7th. Surak is at 8th. C. Barry after his pit stop 9th. Chris Money is in 10th place now. Got Aliens to join the VSC. Space Lab 11. House 12. Johnny 5. Graphic 12.
Yeah, everyone just trying to get settled in here. It's getting pretty close to the time for those medium runners to start thinking about coming in for it, the set of those hard tires. These Williams they're both going to want to try to get by Scatty as well as quickly as possible, especially ZGS being on those hard tires.
I think those hard tires will, you can see coming at that point, those hard tires are just in better shape. But he's going to get this moved I believe, down this straight.
He is right on the back of Scatty. He's got almost full battery as well.
Yeah. And Scatty's got none. 17%. Pretty much on DRS allowed, isn't it? I think you don't need to touch that DRS.
It's got him down the inside.
Still,
Ooh.
Big rocket from Scatty communications.
He's managed to avoid it.
That's what ZGS needed to do, get past and pull away now. Try and pull in that gap, but it seems like AP7 has got this bag in. They'll be coming out on those fresher tyres. And ZGS when he comes back, he's going to stick those hard on until he can put some softs on. There's no point going to the mediums with a hard strategy. Decided that he was just not helping in the corners whatsoever.
It was inevitable. He was going to have to do it at some point.
Losing a bit of time due to dirt, yeah.
He almost had to look through the first snail section. Scatty went a little bit deep, but there just wasn't quite enough room for him. Scatty had that DRS the last lap off ZGS, but he's not going to have it this time, which is going to be crucial down the long straight.
To get better traction out this corner.
Well, he might have dropped outside a second there.
I think he might have it. Scatty might have it now. Scatty doesn't have it, does Monkey now. Seems like Scatty has the slippier car in the straight. IP7 hasn't gone in, so it's only going to go another lap.
He's still staying out on this mediums. He's only taking them about 10 laps, so should start to feel that tire wear a little bit pretty soon. As Kaz makes a move to the inside.
Not far behind. Kraz is only 3 seconds behind, and he'll be catching him up at the end of this lap.
Kaz has been flying ever since he put those hard tires on, and he's got himself in a very decent position here. With AP still, you have to stop, and Kaz likely going to the end. Chris Money finds his way around C. Berry into turn 1 on those medium tires.
Hard tires are not yet in the working order. Give it a lap or two. He was a bit snaggly at that corner. But he's got a full deployment of battery. Whereas Chris is down to half. Pong's just keeping himself tidy. He's still got a fair bit of batteries on.
He's having himself a very solid race there in P7 at the moment. Net
Indeed.
P3, I believe.
Expect ZGS. I'd expect ZGS to go another 10 laps on those hards before thinking about coming in for the softs.
That's probably what he's going to have to do if he wants if he wants to make that strategy. We
get the podium at least.
We did have the rain and quali, so everybody should have those at least 2 sets of soft tires completely fresh available to them.
Price didn't gain any time on Monkey. The last stayed at 3 seconds.
Scathy's been in this Williams sandwich for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's ZGS was hoping he'd pull away on those hards, but he's giving him DRS as he gets twitchy coming down the corner. Mediums are holding up. Gaining a few tenths that first half of that. He's not making any serious inroads yet.
Scatty's backed out.
Scatty has, he has got that something to have a chance.
I don't think he'll be able to get him into the hairpin, but if he gets a good run through the final couple corners, he might be able to get him into turn 1.
Yeah. See his AOS is flashing monkeys. It's a hard point in the race.
Monkey finally goes in.
Be the first one to bite. So it will be 100% a hard choice from here. Anything else would be silly.
Still,
3.2 behind out.
he's holding that gap pretty constant.
Start dropping now. Monkey will definitely get the undercut on Egg Scatty.
ZGS still yet to pit as well, but he could have, he likely will be going to those softs at the end of the race, which should be good for his race.
Gaps a bit, apart from the only one. Monkey's just come out of the pits, he's got Chris behind him, so Monkey will want to get those hards straight up to race temperature.
He's got quite a bit of open track in front of him as well. Shouldn't have to worry about traffic.
3 people with penalties. You've got Kado, Chris Money, 0 Emma. I believe it's 3 apiece for each one. 3 seconds each. So Egg Scatty would have to pit now because the undercut on a track like this would be so huge as well.
Just one lap.
Broken out here, so he ain't got to worry about defending from anyone or overusing his ERS.
Even in
Scatty will probably want his ERS coming in for the scene that he's going to come in.
his pit light isn't on, but he is going in. See where he comes out relative to Monkey. He's already
AP7's in the pits as well. AP7's in the pits. See where he comes out in regards to takes. Tries to get the lead back.
That's going to be a Haas double stack as well.
Scatty's going to lose out big. He might lose out to Ponds. Yeah, he's lost out to Ponds.
Let's see where Monkey comes across here. Looks like he's easily going to get Scatty.
Yeah.
Chris Money's going to get him as well.
Chris Money's recovered from that early incident, but he's going to have to put again. So, AP and Monkey are in good shape here for some decent points. Obviously, the intervals between the drivers are big, so I'm going to have to get a serious move on to try and further out places.
It is going to be. It's going to be interesting. I was going to say, as we've got AP and Monkey on those fresh tires, with a little bit of a gap behind. We've got Kraz and somewhat worn hards, and ZGS, who's still yet to come in. When we put on the sauce, he's going to be blinding fast at the end. I think that's going to be a very tight race.
That's going to be one to watch. So we have got ZGS, Chris Money, and I think Spaceland will get to pit.
Johnny just made a very tight move down the inside of Spaceman into turn 10.
And I think we've got graphic to it all. Might have had an instant coming into the pits.
That pit wall is very tight there. Right, very close to the line.
coming out onto the back DRS straight, and it scares a few racing points. But everyone's back on track with no damage, just Johnny having a spin. So I think the person who's lost out through the pit stops, I think it's Barry at the minute. He's lost out big.
He was one of those soft runners, so.
Yeah. He was in 3rd place before the pit stops, he's now in 8th place after the pit stops. He'll be in 6th, possibly, but we're going to have ZGS is going to be on the freshest tyres. Chris Money, he'll probably come in for the softs. He's going to have to make those mediums stretch out though, they'll be fresh though.
You could probably get about 15 or so laps out of them before they start really go off the cliff.
So it's a few tenths of lap.
Monkey has been really closing in on best ponds. He's narrowed it down at least 3 seconds in the last couple of laps. So he's got some pace on those hards.
Closest closing, so GS APR, the gap stable at around 4 seconds.
ZGS is in already. Could be going to the mediums, I guess.
It's got a bit of mediums. Can't run 12 laps on the softs.
So that should be everybody making their mandatory pit stop, apart from Spaceman, who's started on those hard tires. So everything will be a race to the end from here. See where ZGS comes out.
He'll come out behind his teammates. We'll have Chris Money behind him. Chris Money behind him. Then we're back to the waiting game. We was hoping ZGS would take those hards to lap 20. But now he's got a... I think he's got a lot to do, in my opinion.
He's went for the much more conservative strategy in a race where he had nothing to lose but by going to the softs.
Yeah. But now we'll have a that gap between AK7 and Chrysler's dropped. It's just decimated 1.4 seconds in the space of a lap. Very expected position to change in the next 2 laps. And we've got more the second and half as well.
There's quite a few back, quite a bit behind these top 2, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to close in that gap without some sort of safety car or something changing up the landscape of this race.
Because of the tyre difference in wear as well, because you've got Cries and Best on 89 laps on those hards respectively.
Oh, we got a yellow flag, and that's... Oh, he's rejoined. Rejoined.
A little hairy. Oh, I don't think Scatty got caught.
He's still staying out on those mediums, so he must have kept that nose clean too there.
It looks clean, he's got end plates, Chris Money has. But those tyres are going to be screaming now. Maybe those mediums, he's took too much out of them. Barry's going to close in. Those hards, not enough old hards. Barry has fallen from grace, he's probably going to gain 1 place here, maybe. Probably close up to Agsketty, but Agsketty being on those 2 lap old hards compared to his 9 lap old hards, it would be a tall feat.
AP might have DRS here. It looks like he's going to be just outside.
He's closing in very quickly.
It didn't take long. Didn't take long for that gap to close down. ZGS is right on the back of his teammate.
Yep. You got Monkey. They're both closing on best points. It's going to be a Williams fight for the podium, it seems.
ZGS has the advantage on those mediums. Is he going to go for it? Decides not to.
Being a wise head there and thinking not to take out even bother trying to move on his teammate. It's all about getting points for the team at the minute. 3 races to go after this.
I believe we've got Mexico, Japan, and Brazil still yet to go.
3 after this, so team points are crucial.
AP is right there.
I'd keep behind, wait for the DRS and then strike.
He doesn't have to push it too crazy yet.
Still got 7%, coming out at 8%. Prices around the same as well. We're going to see a battle here. Who's got the slippy car? They've both hit the ERS. Prices left off is knowing it's probably over.
Here goes AP to the inside, and he takes control of the race lead here in China. Gets it done before even getting into the braking zone.
GS has fallen a little bit back off Monkey, but they've both pretty much pulling into both best bonds. Ice skating 6-10, about 10 seconds behind, pushing 7. Still very close. Knows what he's going to go for socks. No choice really.
Kez has made it past K-Dad, and he's looking to get past Kaz now as well. He's making his charge back up through the field after that broken wing. He's up in the 9th place.
Real deep into the hairpin. Zero ERS.
I guess Kaz into the pits. Monkey Mafia.
As well.
He's right on the back.
Price is still keeping 7 as well. But the longer it goes on, those hards are going to drop off compared to 8.
Kaz has gone into the soft tires 9 laps to go here. That's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but I think he can do it.
You have to baby them a bit at the start, and then go towards the end. Still go flat out with those soft stuff, and just risk of punctures towards the end.
Looks like he's going to go for it. Pons defends well. Forced it back out. Kez on the back of Seaberry. Oh, tight squeeze. Nearly off the track. Sends it. And he's gone wide.
Sends it off the track.
It looked like he had the position.
Yeah, he had the position, but he just pressing on the accelerator too much. It's just going to drag you out. The more wide you go on that corner, it's just going to spit you out into the ground. That's exactly what we've done. It's now good pay to get on the back of these two. So if any mistakes by the two in front, it's just going to easily capitalise. Pick up loads more points. So we've got the battle for the podium. The answer just within a second. Is it on? If Tom's looking to have a horrible exit, Spaceman's retired into the pits. Is Monkey gonna throw it?
Just a little too far back.
A little bit of ERS to try and defend.
ZGS is right there as well.
And he's got a pretty much a full tank of ERS, so he's just ready to penalties.
Keza has made it past Seaberry. Seaberry trying to fight it back even though Keza has the DRS. Side by side into the hairpin. Seaberry outbreaks himself again.
Yeah.
And K-Dog takes position. Chris Money finally
coming in for those soft tyres. Just coming in the pits, so he's going to come out in 10th place, have it all to do. these final few laps.
Looks like he's going to lose the position to Johnny as well. Oh no, that's the other Mercedes coming through.
Graphic Turtle unlapping himself from plus money. These two Williams trying to attain a podium. Bascon's doing his best to defend, but I think it might be all over on this lap.
Those two Williams have been right next to each other for this entire race.
The longer ZGS stays behind, the quicker his tyres are going to drop off. He's got to get something done now. He's got to use that ERS.
Monkey's going to the outside, into the hairpin. Looks like he has it. One's a little wide.
Now is the chance for ZGS to use that ERS. Use it, easy.
Monkey gonna go to the outside of Pons once again into turn 1. Ooh, very close.
Really close. Really touchy. Monkey going well wide. Gets a better run. And Pons pulls it off yet again.
Very impressive defending going on right now from the Renly driver.
The big fight for the podium.
AP has checked out ahead of Kraz J. Looks like he's all set for a win here in his debut. Kraz very solid in P2. He's got a pit stop advantage over this battle. Don't think he'll need it though.
But this battle for the podium, the last final podium, is what we need. Always nice to have a battle like the other race, something to look at, rather than having just consistent gaps between every driver. Obviously you can't look out for instances of that, always better to have a clear image on time. But it's always nice to have a consistent battle, and this is what it was doing throughout the race. Just still holding on to the ERS.
Pons swerving just a little bit, approaching the braking zone.
Just got to be careful of that. One defensive move only. JKeSport has got to start second. He's going to have down for a fair few laps that Monkey's got no ERS, because that light is blinking out to me saying I'm slow.
Oh, he's picked up a penalty.
Oh, Monkey has. Oh.
He's inched over the line in turn 2 and it's cost him.
He's gonna let ZGS get it then.
Yeah, that's the right move, especially with that penalty now. ZGS much fresher tires.
If we would have let that move been done sooner, they could have both been thrown Pons by now, I reckon. But credit to Pons. Pons has put the car everywhere. Maybe on the last lap that move into the hairpin was a little bit on the strict side. He shouldn't have done it. When you're fighting for third place, you do anything for a nice podium. Well, not anything.
Within reason.
Within reason. Let's see what Pons can do now, because it's going to be a different customer. He looks to have a better exit. Pons is punching there. Just watch the difference now.
ZGS has a lot of it stored up, but I don't know if he's going to be close enough. Looks to the outside.
He's going to go for the switchback. He's going to let Pons run down. Pons takes it tight. Nice.
Impressive line through there. Holds on to third yet again.
Gets a good exit.
Yellow flag, and there's a Mercedes around its graphic turtle round in turn 12, I believe.
So, 5 laps left to do this move for the podium. This Monkey's still keeping behind, but that 3-second penalty looming over his head. It's going to be 5th. He knows that he's got nothing to lose really, unless he spins or goes into the back of someone and damages
ZGS around the outside.
Is he going to go for the cutback? No. Pons just puts his car in
Oh, they're still side by side.
He's punching it now.
He has to back out. That's a tricky spot to make something work.
It is. He's wasted a bit of his ARS though trying at them. He's going to get crowds. He's just sitting back and watching, hoping there's a capitulation. He can pick up the podium himself as he goes well wide, running on those marbles.
Lunges for it. But I think JKeSport closes him out.
As Monkey tries to go in.
Very tight through there.
Very tight. Kez's caught up to Agscatin and he has a penalty himself, Keza does. We got Monkey with 3, Keza with 3, Kado with 3, Barry with 6, Money with 3, Kaz with
3. Ooh, Pons has lost the back end.
Pons lose it.
There goes Monkey. Is he going to have enough time? He's got an awful lot of time to clear.
Yeah. He's got 6 lap pressure tyres and Pons as well, so amazing time. Some softs. Chris Money is on those softs coming up to Barry as well. 17 lap hard cards versus Chris Money's 3 lap on softs.
Chris Money does have that 3-second penalty advantage as well, so he doesn't have to force anything through there.
But the pace difference between the compounds is just going to be unreal. As Barry has no real focus, as you're saying, he might be able to get it done before T1. Might, depends about when he gets out of there.
Doesn't look like he's going to be close enough.
He's got the DRS, but he could get it done out of this complex. Well, he's still keeping tabs of his team.
You can see Barry's missing his front left end plate, and that could be another factor here.
Yeah, definitely, as Chris gets it done.
He's up in the 9th place now. Monkey has cleared 2 seconds on best pawns already, so he might have a shot at a 4th place finish here.
So yeah, 2 laps to go as AP7 crosses the line. He's probably back for 7.5. Is that his first lane race? Is it his first lane race?
That's what he said it was, but he's shown impressive pace. I had a race with him last night here around here, and very solid the entire time. This graphic turtle has retired. Oh, and that's down the pit straight into the wall.
It's 2.3 to Pons, 2.4, 2.5. Pons runs on the grass coming into the T1.
Monkey's got
Maybe
that.
the Williams drivers are working together, so keep me in this DRS so we can pull away and get that 4th place.
I was going to say they're just dragging each other along right now. I think it's going to work out for them.
With the penalty, Monkey won't try anything. At the end of the day, to win for Williams, 3rd and 4th, some decent points. 27 points on the board.
And those two will be top 2 in the Drivers' Championship as well, I believe. I think he's going to have him.
Yeah. Struggling to find an answer with those 19 lap old cards. As he on to the last lap of the race, AP7, 9.2 ahead.
It's been a fantastic drive for him today.
And a fantastic That's the drop compressor.
Both of those drivers, they're very clean. Did what they had to.
Credit to ZGS as well. Could have just come
Oh,
out
Chris
on
has
those
lost it.
mediums. Oh.
Out of turn 13, just gets out of the way of C. Berry.
Barry's going to collect that 9th place.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Keza should be on some very, very risky medium tyres.
I really thought about it. Scotty ran wide again, but there's just not enough room.
And I think this is going to how it ends. This is going to how it ends. I think that's reality. I obviously we can see that change in the mistakes. I doubt that one. Keza
Going along with AP, coming down towards the hairpin for the final time here in Shanghai. Has led most of the second half of this race. Coming around the final corner now for the Haas team in his debut. AP will take the checkered flag here at Shanghai, comes home with a victory in P1.
Round in the last corner, he's about to pick P2.
Very solid day.
Sigs and Monkey.
I think Monkey had let off a little bit there. Yep, he's got that 3 seconds, he has what he needs.
Well, I'm going to punch it down the last 2 so because Pons is within 3.2.
ZGS rounds out the podium. Monkey Mafia takes home 4th. Best Pawns crosses the line to take 5th. Scatty's going to hold off Keza. Oh, Keza's got to run, but he's got that penalty, so it's not going to matter. Scatty 6th. Keza 7th. Chris Money is caught back up to see Barry.
Is he going to throw it?
These guys are on the outside.
As Barry lets him have it due to penalties, but...
Through the final corner, K-Dog comes home with a very solid P8 finish for her.
Yep.
Chris Money has taken P9, so he'll take home a couple points for McLaren. Seabury finishes in 10th.
We got Kaz and John to round out the race. And that'll be a T2 Chinese Grand Prix.
Ooh, Kaz runs a little bit wide, but still will take home 9 laps on the softs. And Johnny comes home in 12th to round things out. Very solid race from the start to the finish. Lots of strategy and very intense battling there, especially for the podium.
Nice one come after your job the other day.
Well deserved for him after crashing out in qualifying. Finishing in 4th place, very solid.
Great day for the Williams as well. Lots of points.
AP takes home the victory on the top step of the podium for Haas. Still technically a reserve, so not sure if he's not going to get those points for the Haas team, but we'll definitely take that. It's a very solid result today. We'll take one more look at the finishing order today. AP comes home in P1 from 3rd on the grid. Kraz comes home in 2nd after a pole in qualifying. ZGS 3rd place. Monkey Mafia moves up 9 positions to take home 4th. Best Pawns comes home in 5th. Scatty finishes in P6th. Keza takes 7th. K-Dog K comes home in 8th. Chris Money finishes 9th. Seaberry rounds out the top 10. Kaz finishes 11th. Johnny finishes the race in 12th. Graphic Turtle comes home 13th after DNFing. Spaceman 14th. And Rusty Olcan 15th. So a very, very solid race today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you for Tier 1 in a few minutes.